It all started last June. After 2 long years, they had finally reached 8,000 members. The mod team gathered together at Gil's mansion for a celebration dinner of steamed hams. The team talked until dark, recounting stories of previous server milestones when a thunderstorm rolled in. Soon after, with a crack of lightning, the lights went out. They fumbled around in the dark, not having any phone lights to help them after Buzz demanded they be left in the foyer, only to finally find the door and discover it's been locked from the outside. Tension in the room was growing, and just as the bickering intensified, Flaw yelled over the chaos to point out the now cracked open door. Before anyone could comment, the lights came back on to reveal each of the mods were still present and accounted for, except Gil. The team split into groups and started to search the house for Gil. Buzz fixated on a missing knife from the kitchen, Elle headed for the shack behind the house, but found nothing, and Sam checked on Gil's Lambo in the garage. It wasn't until Sam's high-pitched scream echoed through the mansion and confirmed their fear. Gil's lifeless body was sat behind the wheel of his Lambo, with obvious drag marks leading across the floor. Knowing one of the mods had to be responsible, the team split up again to search for clues. Buzz, Sam, and myself headed down a narrow staircase to a big, dimly lit dungeon. Cages lined the hall, leading up to the only door. They swung open the door and stepped into a bright red room, completely empty, aside a single cardboard box. Inside was an unmarked USB the group saved for later. Elle, Blinky, and Jasper headed upstairs to Gil's bedroom to search there. Elle assured them she didn't just want to snoop. Much to Jasper's excitement, his long-lost paddle was found on the bedside table, and inside its drawers was Kang's probe. Before leaving the bedroom, they noticed a small hole in the bedroom window and scattered glass on the carpet below. Something had been thrown through the window. With Gil's beloved puppy sleeping nearby and the glass being a hazard to her paws, they realized it must have happened recently. They met up in Gil's office to check out the USB found in the dungeon, but upon opening the single unnamed folder on the drive, they found only images of various brain teasers and puzzles. While they pondered the clues so far, they decided to visit the former Lambo Fund pile collecting in the yard. They cleaned some blood trailing around, donut sprinkles littering the area, and laid out some flowers. What they didn't see at the time was a probe mysteriously now buried in a dumpster of cash. The team headed to the treehouse in the yard together before heading back in. Buzz climbed a ladder and disappeared into the treehouse for a moment. He poked his head out from the door, and before he spoke, the team could already tell they were in for bad news. Marissa was dead in the treehouse, climbing the knight's body count to 2. They assumed Gum was the obvious culprit, but with a friend sounding, "What the f***, we should focus on Gil," the team was convinced to set this aside and focus at the task at hand. They headed back to the mansion to reevaluate the clues they had. Philip remembered the damaged window and a suspiciously similar shaped CYOA die seen in the basement earlier, and after a quick check, found they were the same size. They were sure they finally found a solid clue. They thought back to the fun pile, noting the blood couldn't have been enough for a murder scene, but had to be related. The donut sprinkles had to be a clue too, and the probe moving to the dumpster. They finally solved the brain teasers and realized they finally had the last clues they needed. Each of the puzzles, in some way, all mentioned the same person. Burns. Dun dun dun! It was then that Burns finally confessed. In the peak of his donut addiction, Burns was stealing from the Lambo Fund outside when Elle's cat attacked him in attempts to steal his last donut. In a panic, Burns tried to block the cat's swipe, causing his hand to bleed on the concrete and his favorite CYOA die to fly through the air and straight into the second floor window. He snuck upstairs to search Gil's bedroom for his lost die, but couldn't resist checking Gil's underwear drawer for spare change. That's when he found the probe. Thinking it was just a fun sword, he began waving it around and practicing his moves. The door swung open, taking Burns by surprise and causing him to swing towards the door, accidentally hitting and killing Gil in the process. And that is how Gil ended up in hell. Make sure to follow Gil Out of Hell to follow his journey to escape and influence his choices along the way.
Shall we start?
It wasn't long until Sam's high-pitched scream echoed through the mansion. Okay, hold on. Going back. Okay. Elle blinkily...
Blinkley?
Wow, that happened. Okay, restart. L Blinkley. Okay, restart. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. L Blinkley. What the hell?
Blinkley?
Blinky, 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 blinky. Burns. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Oh no, was that Batman?
Yeah, that was Batman.
Okay, hold on. Dun dun dun.
I need more passion, please. More oomph.
Okay.
One sec. I dropped something on my foot.
Dork. Anyways. Okay, I'll continue.
Did you say
They
something?
assume.
What, did you say something? I had to take my headset off.
No, she
I
didn't say anything.
nothing.
I don't know whether to believe you. Alright, let's get back to recording.